The curtain is drawing on another epic season filled with dramas, slip-ups, epic comebacks, and the beautiful game's thrills. But even more fun, it's that time of the season again, and every fan's about to feel the thrill and anticipation of a new signing, and the hope a new player could bring to a club. Throughout history, we've seen clubs' fortunes change thanks to a single problem-solving transfer. And if your club suffered from heartbreak this year, no worries, because in this video, we'll be talking about the #1 transfer each club needs to make this summer. Before getting into it, if you like the content we put out and would love solid footy videos, slap the subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you get the first pop when we release a new video. Now, back to the video. Hey there, Gunners! We know you've had a bit of a rough patch the last few weeks, but there might just be a silver lining to all your recent troubles. After showing a sheer lack of squad depth, Arsenal are considering bringing in Declan Rice. They need a ball-carrying, stabilising midfielder who could slot in right with Partey and Odegaard, and kind of give them a little more balance. Many of the fans have been calling for an extra midfielder, and it just seems they have their man in Declan. Selling Xhaka for a handsome quid, they'd have significant funds to potentially invest in the 24-year-old. Arsenal's race for Declan Rice isn't a one-way shimmy, that's for sure. Manchester United and Chelsea could be in for the midfielder. They both need midfielders with Declan's attribute, so we expect they'd be swooping in too. Unlike Arsenal, Manchester United and Chelsea are pretty blunt up front, so they'd need the services of a striker as well. Osimhen, Kane and Vlahovic are in the conversation for both teams, so Arsenal may just have the upper hand here. It's not just Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester United in need of some midfield reinforcement. There's Aston Villa too. Credit where it's due, the Claret and Blue have done quite well for themselves with Emery at the helm. But as the little tactical genius he is, Emery may be looking to snap one of his soldiers in his Villarreal team. Giovanni Lo Celso is his best pick, as he'd be able to combine ball-carrying qualities with creativity. Likewise, Villa's competitive rivals Newcastle have some transfer research to do to sharpen their attacking midfield arsenal. And Eddie Howe might just have James Maddison locked in his sight. See, James Maddison is battling relegation with Leicester, and if push comes to shove and Leicester relegates, Maddison could be a genius buy to bolster Newcastle's attack. If Maddison doesn't move to Newcastle, he could find a new home in Spurs too, as they desperately need a creative outlet too. Believe it or not, Manchester City actually have some research to do to give their midfield some extra legs. And in Pep's usual fashion, he has an unlikely target in Gabri Veiga locked in. See, Gabri Veiga is only 21, but he's become one of La Liga's most promising talents. He's loved by Guardiola, who sees him as a worthy deputy to Kevin De Bruyne. And with Gundogan and Bernardo Silva possibly leaving, City may have to sign another gem in Veiga. Another Premier League club that needs to make a dope summer move is Liverpool. It's no secret that the Reds have been all over the place this season, and given their apparent lack of midfield creativity, they might need a proper midfielder to become an engine room in the team. We've heard the buzz about Alexis Mac Allister. This Argentine midfielder is making waves for his ludicrous performances with Brighton, and Liverpool is reportedly eyeing him for a big move. With his smart passing, eye for goal, and endless energy, he might become the solution to Klopp's midfield puzzle. If Mac Allister leaves Brighton, he'd create a midfield vacuum, which Brighton would hope to fill. They're pretty much good elsewhere, but we know they'd need signings to replace Caicedo and Mac Allister, who'd be making their moves. Elsewhere, the Bees. We have something for you. We all know David Raya has been absolutely phenomenal in Brentford's return to the Premier League, but apparently, the bloke wants to try his luck elsewhere. And rumour has it, Brentford have lined up Mark Flecken to replace Raya, and that's not all. With the Ivan Toney ban fiasco, they'd need someone to slot in for the striker also. Speaking of striker replacements, Bournemouth, Wolves and Everton, if they survive, all need goal-scoring options. Goals have been hard to come by for all three teams this season, and bringing in a proven striker could do them lots of favour in the coming season. Alright West Ham fans, buckle up for some spicy transfer updates. It's no news Declan Rice might move to another club for the right price, and they need some bucking up in the middle. The stars might just be aligning for West Ham, as the Rice quid may give them some pile of cash to splash on a new midfielder. Still, on the case of a midfielder, Fulham need a creative midfielder as well. After an impressive showing in the league this season, Fulham have been on the lookout for a midfielder to complement their style. With Southampton relegated, James Ward-Prowse might be a good option for them. Leeds isn't safe just yet, but if they do stay in the league, they'll definitely be needing a stabilising midfielder too. Nottingham Forest are in fact safe in the Premier League this season, but they and Palace do have an urgent need for a superb striker as well. They really need someone to put in the goals for them and lead the team from the front too. For the last one, whose fate has been sealed for a couple of weeks now, Southampton are relegated after 11 long seasons, and while things look gloomy, they do need some smart transfer business in attack and defence to return them back to Premier League ASAP. Wishing them all the best. So there we have it, guys. Do you think your club would make the most important signings? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. While you do that, check out 7 players who received the longest bans from football in this video and slap the subscribe button so you get the first ring once we have a new video. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.